Hi everyone, this is Dr. Sarala. Welcome to Millet Magic. My mom is from Karnataka and from a Brahmin family. My dad is from Andhra and from a Muslim family. My husband is from a Jain family having its roots in Hassan and Belgaum. What I'm trying to say is that I have been lucky to enjoy food from different kinds of cultures across various regions every day at home. And each one has their own recipe for khichdi. Amazing, right? Today's recipe, pulagam, is from my father's side of the family, a popular dish in Andhra. Being another version of khichdi, it is made from rice. We'll be using millet rice and broken green gram, that is moong dal with the outer husk, and is thus richer in fiber and nutrients. Since we want the pulagam to be hot when served, we will first make the side dish which it is traditionally eaten with, peanut chutney. I have made a few modifications from the peanut chutney recipe followed in most households to make it a little healthier. First, I am going to retain the pink outer skin of the peanuts which are usually removed and discarded. The pink skin is rich in resveratrol, which is anti-inflammatory, anti-aging and even good for the heart, making the pink skin one of the most valuable parts of peanuts. So please stop blowing it away. I am making this chutney as a side for pulagam, which inherently has dal, meaning protein in it. And contrary to the general belief, too much protein is not good for us. So I am reducing the amount of peanuts, which also are rich in protein, and increasing the amount of vegetables in it. I am using 1 cup of roasted peanuts instead of 2 or 3. They should be well roasted. I am using 2 big onions, roughly sliced, 10 green chilies cut into pieces, 2 tomatoes roughly chopped, 1 cup of fresh coriander, and 15 ivy gourd cut into small pieces. Sometimes I use brinjal or ridge gourd instead, and a small piece of tamarind soaked in water. First I am going to heat a little oil in a thick bottomed kadai. Once the oil is hot, I am going to add in some mustard seeds, and after this splatter I am adding in the chopped onion. I am going to add in half a teaspoon of turmeric. Just when the onion starts turning translucent, I am going to add in the cut green chilies and roast them well. Continue to roast until the onion starts turning brown. Now I am going to set that aside, and in the same kadai I am going to heat a little bit more oil and now roast the ivy gourd pieces in it. Once the ivy gourd has slightly started to become soft, I am going to add in the cut tomatoes. Adding a little salt while cooking tomatoes brings out the water from inside to the outside and helps in cooking the tomato faster. So I am going to add in the salt at this stage. There is no debating about a hand-pound stone ground chutney with a human touch being way more tasty. And it's usually my dad who enjoys doing it. First, the roasted peanuts are being pounded into a coarse powder. This grinding stone was in my grandmother's house, and when the place was sold, we dug it out and brought it over to our house. I like to retain the crunchiness of the roasted onions in the chutney, so I have kept some of it aside. Rest of the roasted onions and the green chilies are going into the grinding stone, and also the mixture of roasted tomatoes and ivy gourd, the fresh coriander and the tamarind soaked in water. And the grinding begins. Water can be added if and when required. And just before the last few rounds, the roasted onions which were kept aside are going to be added. Now that the chutney is ready, let's proceed to the pulagam. I'm using 2 cups of foxtail millet and half cup of broken green gram. I'm maintaining the ratio 4:1. You can use any other millet as well. Also going to use 12 cloves of garlic, 5 green chilies, 2 inches of ginger, a little bit of turmeric and mustard seeds. First step is to roast the broken green gram until it emits an aroma. Also lightly roast the millet rice. The broken green gram has then been soaked for about an hour with just enough water to submerge it. Millet rice has been gently washed once and soaked for 7 hours using 4 cups of water, the ratio being 1:2. Millets are rich in water-soluble vitamins and minerals which would have seeped into the water during soaking. So I'm not going to throw away this water. I'm going to pour it over into a vessel and heat it and then use it for cooking the millet. I'm going to hand pound the ginger, garlic and the green chilies into a coarse paste. Next I'm going to place a thick bottomed vessel on the flame. I'm going to heat around 3 tablespoons of oil and 2 teaspoons of desi ghee. I'm adding in some mustard seeds and then the coarsely ground mixture of ginger, garlic and green chilies. I'm going to saute it a bit until the raw smell of ginger and garlic is gone. A teaspoon of turmeric, the dose of curcumin required to remove the free radicals generated when oil is heated. And now I'm going to add in the water which I had used for soaking the millets, which I have just brought to a boil. I'm adding unrefined sea salt to taste. And next I'm going to add in the soaked broken green gram. Give it a nice mix and then add in the soaked millet. Now I'm going to allow this to cook on sim for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to give it a thorough mix once in a while so that it doesn't burn in the bottom. And now when the rice is almost cooked, 95% done, I'm going to turn off the flame, cover it with the lid and place a heavy weight over the lid. I'm going to allow it to rest for about 15 minutes. During this time, the cooking process is completed by the steam which is present inside the vessel and it will set perfectly. Pulagam is ready to be served. Best eaten when hot. And served with its classic combination, the peanut chutney. And to complete the meal, I'm also serving some stir-fried flat beans. You can pair it with any other vegetable of your choice. And of course, to top it off, some desi ghee. You can see how well the millet rice has cooked and each individual grain being separate. I'm guessing that this is a completely new recipe for many of you. I'm hoping that you're going to try it and that you really like it too. We'll be back soon with yet another variation of khichdi, Karnataka's very own Bisi Bele Bhat. Until then, happy cooking!